Next, we're going to do the multiples chart activity. We're going to follow these instructions using the numbers chart on the next page. So by crossing out multiples of numbers, all of the prime numbers will be identified. Use black to cross out 1, since it's not considered to be a prime number, because it only has one factor itself. Use red to cross out all the even numbers that are greater than 2, such as 4, 6, 8, etc. Use the green to cross out all of the multiples of 3 that are greater than 3, such as 6, 9, 12, etc. And we only have to cross out the ones that remain. Then use purple to cross out the multiples of 5 that are greater than 5 that remain. Then use yellow to cross out the multiples of 7 that are greater than 7 that still remain in the chart. And then make a list of the remaining numbers and figure out what kind of numbers they are. Now let's go through with the activity. First step was to cross out 1 because 1 is not considered to be prime at all because it only has one factor itself. Next, cross out the multiples of 2 that are greater than 2. So that starts with 4, and then every even number after that. And then once we have all of the multiples of 2 that are greater than 2 crossed out, or all of the even numbers, we can now look at the multiples of 3 that are greater than 3. So 6 is already crossed out, 9, 12 is already crossed out, so then 15, 18 is already crossed out, so then 21, 24 is already crossed out, so then 27 is next, 30 is already crossed out, so then 33, 36 is already crossed out, so 39 would be next. 42 is already crossed out, so then 45 would be the next one. 48 is already crossed out, so then 51. 54 is crossed out, so then 57 is next. 60 is crossed out, so then 63. 66 is crossed out, so then 69 would be next. 72 is already crossed out, so then we'll have to cross out 75. 78 is crossed out, so then 81 is the next one. 84 is already crossed out, so then 87 will be the next one. 90 is crossed out, so then 93. 96 is crossed out, so then the last multiple of 3 showing is 99. All right, now we can look at the multiples of 5. Well, wait, why did we skip the multiples of 4? Well, the multiples of 4 are also multiples of 2, so they got crossed out right from the beginning, so we don't have to look through to see if we have any multiples of 4 remaining. So let's go to the multiples of 5 that are greater than 5. So 10, 15 is taken care of, 20, 25, 30 is already taken care of, so then 35, 40 is already taken care of, so it's 45, and then 50 is already crossed out, so then 55, 60 is already crossed out, so 65, then 70, 75, 80, 85 is next, and then 90 is crossed out, and then 95 will be the last multiple of 5 remaining. Okay, now multiples of 6, 6 is divisible by both 2 and 3, so the even numbers that are divisible by 3 are also divisible by 6, so they are all crossed out by now. So next we look at the multiples of 7. So we have 7, then 14, well, it has to be greater than 7, so we leave 7 open. 14 is already crossed out, 21 is already crossed out, 28 is crossed out, 35 is crossed out, 42 is crossed out, 49 is not. So let's cross out 49. And then 49, then we have 56, then 63, then 70, 77. We have to cross out 77. And then we go to 84, and then 91. And then 98, that's crossed out already. And those are all the multiples of 7 that are less than 100. Now, if we look at the remaining numbers, what's special about them? Well, 2 only has 2 factors, 1 in itself. 3 also has 2 factors, 1 in itself. 23, it's only divisible by 1 in itself. 47, only divisible by 1 in itself. So these remaining numbers that have not been crossed off are all of your prime numbers from between 1 and 100. And this slide just verifies the answer that we just found, and it boxes in all of our prime numbers.